Hi, I'm Ben, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to take you on a journey into the mind of an entrepreneur. Attending this lesson will help you to identify and dispel some myths about entrepreneurship. You'll also learn the different starting points of any entrepreneurial journey and how you can apply these to your individual case. The main question guiding our journey is, do you think entrepreneurship can be taught? We often think of entrepreneurs as extraordinary, with talents that they were born with. The reality is, though, that each of their successes is simply the result of great products or services. How to make these successful products and services can be taught. The journey into entrepreneurship is complex. There may be multiple starting points. So, let's start right at the beginning. At least 4 starting points can be considered. Some have a technology or an idea and already know who will be buying and using the product or service. For example, Plant E has found a way to generate electricity from plants, which is a sustainable solution for those living off the electricity grid in remote areas. Some do not have a technology but know that a problem exists that they want to address. Take, for example, the problem of plastic garbage floating around in the world's oceans. Would it not be a fantastic solution if you could engineer a bacteria that could eat this garbage? Some do have a technology, but do not know which need they can address with this technology. For example, generic radical technologies such as nanomaterials can be used in health applications, industrial engineering, or agriculture. A key task for an entrepreneur is to go out of the building and discover potential customers. Finally, some have neither the technology nor the potential market. They have dreams, maybe a vague vision about what they want to achieve. Here, the entrepreneurial journey is likely to be the most complex. Take, for example, Elon Musk. For his SpaceX project, many technological issues are not yet solved, and it's also unclear about how many people or companies would be using the service. Whatever starting point you have, there are 3 key activities or challenges that will keep you busy when you decide to dive deep into the entrepreneurial journey. The first is to further search for potential ideas and solutions around you. The second is to actively create possible ideas, alternatives, and solutions. And the third is to further sharpen your ideas and solutions by critically evaluating them to decide which one, or more, to pursue further. This is what scholars refer to as opportunity identification, creation, and evaluation. It is in the early phase of your journey that the luggage you bring to the start plays a critical role in successfully taking the necessary first steps. To be precise, your personal knowledge, for instance what you know about a technology, skills, for example social skills, and attitude, being proactive, play a crucial role here. But what personal luggage is helpful and which may be a burden? Let's clear up a second widespread entrepreneurial myth about knowledge. The myth is that successful entrepreneurs are those who dropped out of college to get ahead with their venture. After all, famous examples of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and Mark Zuckerberg come to mind. Research has shown, however, that higher education on technical and managerial sciences can boost the growth of ventures. Education can provide you with the knowledge and skills to become a successful entrepreneur. Being an expert in your field or technology and the industry helps. You know where the problems and challenges are, and thus also where your ideas or technology can really be of help. Still, schooling is not the only helpful item in your luggage. There are many options that you need to explore along the route, which require from you to evaluate which direction to take. This is where prior experience is helpful. Studies of expert entrepreneurs show that those who have started multiple businesses evaluate ideas completely differently than those who are just starting out, simply because they use different frameworks. For instance, when novices only look for a novelty, how new it is, experts pay more attention to whether an idea truly solves someone's problem or whether the idea can be connected to a network in a specific ecosystem. Let's continue our journey with another widespread myth about skill, in particular, social skills. The myth says that entrepreneurs are those who are suspicious about authority and find it difficult to work with others. If you take a look deeper, however, though, you'll see that almost all great business ideas are not the results of just one person. When 2 ideas collide, the results might be an even greater idea. And great ideas are often the result of interaction with a significant number of other people. Social skills are thus helpful luggage. They include your ability to work in teams, your ability to share ideas with others outside the founding team, and to sell your idea to investors, or indeed new customers. Besides knowledge and specific skills, also attitudes, motives, values, and traits will influence your ability to start up a business. These aspects are more hidden in a person, can be very important in your journey. One of the first questions you should ask yourself is, why do you want to start your entrepreneurial journey in the first place? What's going to keep you motivated? Are you in it for the money or the experience? Do you want to create value for a community, or do you want to change the world at large? Reality shows us that more and more starting entrepreneurs are not soloists, but teams. So forget about the final myth that the entrepreneur is a heroic individual. Many startups, either independent or corporate, have a team origin. The typical first question from an investor to a technology entrepreneur is, tell me more about your team. Team formation challenges are about finding complementary skills, but on a deeper level, they also have to find complementary motives and values. Once this is achieved, teams compensate for human capital, such as knowledge, skills, attitudes, but also for social capital, like access to specific networks. However, don't forget, also your startup mates will need to explore their journey just as you have done so far. To conclude, different starting points can be identified per each entrepreneurial journey. We need to dispel myths to see entrepreneurship as closer to us. Finally, even though ideas might be born at an individual level, they are greatly enhanced by teamwork.